everyone, Happy New Year. It's a new year and it's a new look channel. I've now got lighting, I've got a better setup behind me and loads of new ideas of what I'm going to do this year. I'm really excited because I think it was last week I hit a few days ago actually, I hit 800 subscribers, which is incredible, and I'm getting up to 1,000 now, so I've got big plans for the channel, loads of video ideas, and I thought today it would be perfect, being New Year's Day, that I do a video all about my journey as the Hufflepuff Queen. It's brought me so much in the last year. I've met amazing people, and generally all round it's just been incredible. Now of course I say this every video, but if you haven't already, please do give me a subscribe, and if you enjoy this video, please do give me a comment down below and a little like just to show that you appreciate what I'm doing. Now without further ado, I will start on my journey, which began in Christmas last year was when I began the Hufflepuff Queen journey, even though the Hufflepuff Queen wasn't actually formed until July. So first of all, Harry Potter has always been a massive thing for me. I've loved it since about the age of 8. I read all the books, all the films, I collected loads of merchandise, and I was just a massive Potterhead. I always saw myself as being a Gryffindor just because that's what Harry and Ron and Hermione were, but I never really gave it much thought what house I would be in. It kind of went off the boil for quite a few years as I grew up. I grew a bit older. I still enjoyed it, but it wasn't really something I thought about or did much to do with. And then last Christmas, now somebody who actually watches my videos a lot, my grandma, so hi, she actually gifted me for Christmas the Fantastic Beasts screenplay. Now I didn't really know how I was going to respond to this. I'd heard about the film coming out in November. I didn't go and watch it. I was kind of sceptical because of Harry Potter if this would live up to it, so I wasn't really sure what to think, but I was very excited when I did get this for Christmas. I read it within about a day, and I loved it. Cover to cover, obviously it's quite an easy book to read being a screenplay, but I am a very, very slow reader. So for me that was good to finish that. I think I finished it just before New Year's Day, funnily enough. So I read that and Harry Potter was coming back into my mind. Later on, after Christmas, I decided to get some of the colouring books. I then decided, and this is the main moment for me with the Hufflepuff Queen, was that I would take the Pottermore sorting hat test. Now this is such a good test. I don't know why I hadn't done it before, but I never had. I went in there with an open mind, like there wasn't a specific house that I wanted to be in any way, and I didn't really give much thought to what the traits were, but I did think that I wouldn't be in Ravenclaw or Slytherin. Reasons being, Ravenclaw, I'm not actually very clever. Like, I'm not dumb, but I'm not particularly clever. And Slytherin, because I'm not really cunning. It's a good house, but it's not one I could see myself being in at all. I'm quite a bubbly, friendly person, and Slytherin, it doesn't really suit me. Gryffindor or Hufflepuff, I did probably think I was going to be in. Took the test. Obviously, I came out as a Hufflepuff. I was really happy with this. I mean, Hufflepuff is seen as the underdog house, as we all know. It's not really the one, you know, people laugh and joke about Hufflepuff. They see it as a bit of the, you know, any of odds and ends who don't fit in the main houses going to Hufflepuff, which isn't true at all, but it's just the stigma around it. I was very happy to be a Hufflepuff. I actually had a badge from when I was just 8 years old that I still had. Funnily enough, it was Hufflepuff, so I went straight away and found that out. Here it is. It's a very old one now, and when you rub the top of it, it reveals which Quidditch team position you would be on. And this one, it's hard to tell now because it's really, really old. I believe it says keeper. I'll have to keep rubbing it because it uses heat to show it, but that is one of, well, probably my oldest piece of merchandise. I was really happy to be Hufflepuff, and straight away I got on the house pride for my birthday, which is a month after Christmas, next month, woo! I then decided that I really wanted those Hufflepuff things. So my boyfriend got me the dressing gown, my sister got me the amazing mug, which was in my mug video I did a couple of weeks ago. Hufflepuff was then a big thing for me. I started posting it on my Instagram account. For that Christmas, I ended up getting quite a lot of colouring materials, and I thought I would get started again on my Harry Potter colouring book. So that's what I did a lot early last year. I started posting quite a lot of pictures to my Instagram account. So at the moment I'm not talking about the Hufflepuff Queen, I'm talking about my original, just personal Instagram account. So there's a picture that I did first of all. Actually got my colouring book right here. It's a great colouring book. And I started with this picture, which I just was colouring in for fun. I started posting a lot of my colourings onto Instagram, which was really, really cool. And I got quite a lot of people interested, and I really enjoyed doing them and then posting them and seeing what the reaction was to the pictures. So from that point forward, my personal Instagram account became a bit more focused towards Harry Potter, and a lot of the people that follow me were relatives, friends from school, things like that, who weren't particularly into it. But I just continued to post things, and it was a lot of fun. Then things took another turn, and by this point, each month on month last year I mean now, 2017 was really the year of Harry Potter, and each month I seemed to gather more and more Harry Potter merchandise. So it got to about March and the main Harry Potter Primark range was coming out, so I bought bedding. I bought Marauders mat bedding, the platform 9 3/4 cushions you can just about see behind me here, and I decided to make my first Harry Potter shelf. So I had quite a bit of merchandise, but not that much, because when I was younger I didn't keep all of the things that was bought for me bits, but I did have figures, books, little bits of memorabilia which I could put on my shelf. So I made a Harry Potter shelf in the lounge. I was collecting more and more little things. I was really interested in getting as much Hufflepuff stuff as I could. The great things about being in Hufflepuff House, I think, is the fact that the merchandise is actually harder to get. So I like the fact that obviously if you're a Gryffindor you can get the merchandise really easily. It's the house that they'll always make things of. The Hufflepuff's more rare. They're starting to make more, but it's still pretty rare. So when I'm getting things like the cushions, blankets, the t-shirts and things like that, it's more exciting, I feel. So that was the next step in the journey, was collecting up the Hufflepuff stuff. So it gets to about July 2017, or actually late June 2017, and the House Edition books come out for the Harry Potter 20th anniversary. Now I was very excited to get this Hufflepuff book. When that House Edition book came out, I started to get more ideas about starting an account that was dedicated to Harry Potter, because I was quite quickly growing quite a good collection, and I just felt that because I was posting so much Harry Potter on my personal account that I would prefer to have it all in one place, and in a place where people who were like me, who really appreciated all of the items, would be able to enjoy it. So it was only started for fun. I was just sat in bed one morning before work, and I was just waiting for my boyfriend to get ready, and I decided to just create an extra account. I had dabbled in making an account before. It did quite well, but not anywhere near the scale of what Hufflepuff Queen has turned into now. I didn't know about a name. I just kind of sat there and thought, well, it has to be to do with Hufflepuff. And then I just thought, oh, I'm the Queen of Hufflepuff, just as a joke, you know. And from that point forward, the Hufflepuff Queen was born. Started posting first of all just the pictures that I had put on my personal account. So I had a photo of all my Hufflepuff merchandise, which at the time was a very small amount. I'll show you the picture. This was my first ever picture, and it just shows the few bits of Hufflepuff merchandise that I had collected by this point. And that was my first ever post on my account. I just continued to post things that I had posted on my personal account, and it started to grow. Each day I'd come home from work, because obviously I work as well, I'd find some items to position and post on my account, and I really, really enjoyed it. Since I've started, I don't actually think I've missed a day of posting. I've posted something every single day. I've enjoyed it. It's something I'll think about during the day and think, oh, what am I going to post when I get home today? And it just kept going. I got a lot of good feedback from people, lovely messages, like I'm a Hufflepuff too, which I love. I love hearing from you guys telling me that you're a Hufflepuff, or you really enjoy the fact that I am so happy to be a Hufflepuff, and I love representing that. That's one of the main things about my account, is I'm trying to create a friendly atmosphere and community, and, you know, a fun place where people who are Hufflepuff feel that it's a good thing instead of a bad thing, which in some cases people do feel. But I think with Fantastic Beasts coming out, that has kind of changed. First major milestone for the Hufflepuff Queen, I feel, was when I hit 1,000 followers. Now this happened within a month of me starting, so I started on the 12th of July, and by about, I think it was a few days later, so about 16th of August, that is when I hit 1,000 followers. This was amazing for me, because I'd worked on accounts in the past and they had never even got to 1,000, so to get there within a month, I was a bit blown away, to say the least. This was my 1,000 post. It's got my monkey Gordon you've seen on my videos celebrating 1,000 followers. Now, this was great. You know, I started putting even more into it. I went and got some more Harry Potter things, and month on month I was growing a larger collection, having more stuff to post, and it was just so much fun. I was meeting so many cool people online, you know, speaking to them. It was around that time that I started thinking, it is a bit of a shame that I'm not a very confident person. I don't feel that I would ever be able to do an account where I go live on Instagram or do videos, because that would bring a whole new dimension to the Hufflepuff Queen, and it would give it a lot more scope, I think, for the future. But I'm not a confident person in any way. So, I mean, interviews, when I did drama at school, I did dance at school, I hated anything where I had to stand in front of people and talk. And obviously YouTube or lives, you're not standing in front of people, but you are being shown to lots of different people around the world, and anyone can watch you, and you know, you have to be quite self-conscious when doing that. I thought one day, well, I want this account to do well, and I was speaking to my sister, who is Quibbler and Prophet. She actually wants to start a YouTube channel this year, which is great. And we went live together because she's the opposite to me in that way. We did this live together, and we just sat there, and all we did was eat Bertie Bott's and chat about Harry Potter. And it got a really good response. I was really happy, lots of people were watching, and I just had a great time doing it. And it gave me the confidence to be able to do some live videos by myself. So over the next month, I did quite a few different live videos, each of them well received. I used my collection to kind of help give me something to talk about, because it can be quite scary if you're sat there and you don't know what to talk about. And obviously it is weird as well talking to a camera, and I'm sure a lot of you who are watching this do actually have channels yourself and don't find that weird, but for me it was very weird, just like what I'm doing now, just sat here talking to a camera, but knowing that a lot of people are going to see it. After I'd done quite a few live videos, I did decide that YouTube would be a good thing for me. I didn't really know how this would go, and I didn't really know what videos I would do to begin with. I just had a few ideas. So I started that on a whim, and that was the 21st of September that I began YouTube. And that, for a while, I wasn't sure how it was gonna do. It seemed that when I first put videos up, they were doing really, really well, and they got to about 600 views, which I was really happy with, and people were sending me messages on Instagram saying they really enjoyed it. But at the same time, it seemed every time I posted a video, my views were going down. So it started at 600, and then a few videos in, it was down to 300, and it just seemed that it was dropping. So I wasn't really sure what was going to happen with that, but I continued to be consistent. I think for anyone who wants to start a YouTube or Instagram page, one of the main tips I can give you is you need to be consistent, because if you don't post daily, or you only YouTube once a month, then people aren't going to keep coming back for videos. They won't know when to expect your videos or posts, and it will die off. Whereas if you're consistent, you're going to consistently be putting yourself out there, and people will see you, and you'll learn from your mistakes and get better quicker. With YouTube, I began posting my collection. My first video was my top 12 Harry Potter items, which I'm sure quite a few of you have seen, and I really enjoyed doing the video. I mean, I'm not somebody who's good at editing videos or anything like that. I was doing it on quite a budget, which I still am now, but I've got a bit more equipment and things, and I know a lot more about it now than when I first started. When I first started, I just did it. I put my camera, propped it up against something, and I just hoped for the best. That's the main thing. I need to post videos even after the lull, and they began to become much more popular, and now I'm gaining subscribers. I'm not going to say rapidly, because there's much bigger YouTubers than me, but for me, rapidly. And I seem to be gaining a steady amount of new subscribers every day, along with a new amount of followers each day, to the point where now, as I said earlier, because I'm so excited about this, I'm going to hit 10k on Instagram very shortly and 1k on YouTube. And it's just so exciting, because I know that there is so much potential for both of the accounts, and you guys and your support is absolutely amazing, and I enjoy doing it so much. You don't understand how much I enjoy doing these accounts. So it means the world that you actually watch the videos, like my posts, and give me the support you do. Now, of course, every good thing will have its downside, and the only downside to my account is the fact that my flat is now turning into Diagon Alley. I have got stuff everywhere. I mean, I've got 2 shelves as it is. That's going to turn into 3 soon. My whole bedroom's dedicated to Harry Potter. My mug cupboard is getting full of Harry Potter mugs. I've got stuff everywhere, and space is always an issue. So that's the only thing that is a negative with doing these accounts, but it's not going to stop me in any way, and I'm hoping in future that I'll have a whole room dedicated to Harry Potter. The last thing I'd like to say is when I met a couple of you, that was absolutely amazing. When people have come up to me and said, oh, you're the Hufflepuff Queen, that shows to me that people really like what I'm doing, and it's so exciting. It's really weird because I'm just a normal person, and when people come up to you, recognise you from your YouTube or Instagram, that is crazy, and I loved that happening this year. It happened once at the studio tour and once when I was just walking into town. So they're both very funny stories, and I've got pictures that I took with a couple of people as well. So there's one. That's Luna Radishes, who I met. I also met another lovely girl whose account name is My Magical Collection at the studio tour. I want to do a meetup, but I haven't finalised ideas and things of when I can do that. But if you'd like a meetup, do give me a comment and let me know if you would like to do that. So the 2 Harry Potter other related things that I've done this year is I went to the studio tour, so for Hogwarts in the Snow, which was incredible and I absolutely loved it. And I also went to a cafe which was serving Harry Potter freak shakes for a limited time. So, I mean, loads of things that I want to do this year. I was very lucky, and for Christmas I got tickets to see The Cursed Child, so that'll be something I do towards the end of the year. Now, you guys know that I absolutely love chatting to you, so do give me a DM on Instagram or comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Next week, well, actually, I'm off for a week now, so I will be doing a Primark haul this week. I'm planning to film, and on Saturday I'm filming my Christmas haul with Greg. So as always, you can subscribe just here, and here are some of my recent videos as well that you can watch. Hope you enjoy the rest of your New Year's Day and have an amazing 2018. See you soon, bye!